Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another update. It's always nice when I have a week off work because I can actually start to get stuff done. So you'll probably have seen my video I did that I uploaded earlier where I've been pulling out most of the damage on the back of Sylvia. That's as far as I actually got. I have actually managed to make a massive improvement on it. I think I'm going to have to weld on the new rear panel because the old rear panel, as you can see, is still absolutely mangled. But this video is not about Sylvia anyway. This video is about Orwin. So it's nice and bright and sunny and the phone can't really focus properly with the light balance between the shadow and the shade. I'll just show you what I'm currently doing. I'm continuing with the MOT prep and I've got some welding to do. I've got that little patch there, which I did on the other side. I've got to do the same thing again on this side. See a lovely big weld patch it's had there, done previously. I'm going to tidy that up, wire brush it, get it looking a lot nicer. There's a little hole up there, which you can probably just see if the phone will focus in on it. There's also another big repair patch up there that's been done before, don't know how many years ago. Then I decided to drop the arch liner down because I thought, well, I want to get up behind there and clean it all up properly. So I'm just dropping the arch liner down and look what I found. Oh dear. Oh dear, 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 dear. That bit there was actually joined across like that. But I just went like that with my finger and as you can see, it's rotted. So this video is going to be showing you the progress of repairing this. So the next stage is trying to get this mud flap off, which is held on with these really rusty knackered screws. You see it's a bit knackered anyway. I might actually just remove the mud flap altogether and not bother putting it back on, but we shall see. I'm then going to get the front bumper off because I want to get the bumper off anyway. Then because I want to do some tidying up right back of there as well, and I'm going to get the wing off so that I've got full access to that and I can fully assess it. So yeah, it might be a case of it's not going to be 2 minutes from now, it's going to be quite a few minutes from now, but I'll come back to you once I get to that stage. See you soon. Hi guys, you join me back. Working on Orwin. I've got the inner arch liner out and I just want to show you what I've discovered. So this big weld patch here I knew about because it's welded both sides from inside, but this is where I wanted to get the arch liner out because I want to give it a really good clean up, get it sorted, get it tidied. There's that little hole there that I know about to weld. There's a previous patch there. There's that little bit there I need to weld, but I've also discovered there's this bit down here. It looked a bit crusty. I've given it a bit of a prod and a poke with my thumb and sure enough it's gone through in hole. It's also looking a bit crusty down here, so I'm going to give it all a good clean back with a wire brush and see what I discover. I'm actually in the process of taking the wing off. I'm just going to undo these two bolts, sorry. There's one there and there's one there, and you get to them from inside the car. I've already got the front bumper off, as you can see. Front bumper's held on with 13mm bolt there and there, and I always loosen off the side bracket. You don't have to, but I always do because I've always found it easier. It's just a 10mm bolt, and then there's 3 bolts there that hold the wing to the front panel, so I've got to get them out. Then obviously all the ones across the top edge. So while I've got the bumper off, I'll show you a very clever little repair that my mate Andy had done a few years ago. This wing was all rotten at the bottom, but rather than replacing the whole wing and losing the original paint, they basically just used the bottom off for a brand new wing and welded round, and that's the weld seam. So from that line downwards is brand new wing, from there upwards is the old original with the original paint, the original patina and everything. I'll show you around this side, and that's my other wing. Beautiful, ain't it? Beautiful. But again, I'm not going to start replacing wings because then you lose your original paint, you use your patina. So I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up of this and just weld it up. I actually welded up that lower piece couple of years ago I just put a little weld patch in there and filled it and smoothed it. And again, this is my rat cav, so it don't want to be perfect, and in fact, if anything, these little patches add to the patina, so I don't actually mind. But it's actually really nice and solid, this front panel. I know it looks very crusty on this bottom edge, but it is actually solid. Hi guys, you joined me an hour and a half later. Yes, an hour and a half. That's how long it's taken me from the last video to get to this stage. The wing is off and we can fully inspect everything behind the wing, which I need to attend to. The reason it took so long is because two of the bolts which hold on to this wing, to this front panel, sorry, I had to cut off. I had to cut that one off as well. The others actually came off reasonably okay, but then I had a bit of trouble with this chrome trim that goes up the edge of the window as well. I could not get the bottom screw to undo. So if we go over here, you'll see the wing on the top of my bin, and the bit of chrome trim is still attached to the wing because I could not get that little screw loose. And the problem is with the door kind of sits blocking you being able to get to the screw very easily, and I didn't want to do any more damage, so instead I just undid them 3 screws and pulled the chrome trim off of the window A-pillar instead. So there we go, one nice original wing. I'll just show you the work that I've got to do. So this is the worst bit up here at the top, this nice big hole. I don't know what I'm pointing to it for. I think you can kind of see it. It's a little bit crusty all under there. It has been welded on the other side before in the past. Now do remember, this is my rat cav, so the welding on this car has never been particularly amazing. I have also got down here, I prodded and poked a little bit more and it is a bit bigger, but thankfully all this up this side, which looks very, very crusty, it's actually just old flaky underseal. The metal underneath, so far, touch wood, seems absolutely solid, so I think it is just a load of flaky underseal, and hopefully I won't find any more welding needed. Famous last words. So leave it with me guys, and I shall be back, and I'll show you once I've had a good wire brush round and some cleaning up. I'm going to leave off now for some lunch, and I'll come back a little bit later. See you soon. Hi guys and gals, and we're back. So a few hours have passed now since I did the last little section of the video, but through the magic of editing, to you it seems a matter of a second, half a second. So I've done quite a lot of cleaning up. I've just put a load of rust killer on just to well, kill the rust while I'm working on other areas. That be a screwdriver, and if you're wondering what the screwdriver is doing there, I shall show you. If I come round on the inside of the car, the other end of the screwdriver is there. Yep, I keep finding more holes, and there's a hole down there as well. You can see the burnt carpet, that's where it's been welded before at some point in the past, and they obviously had a little bit of a fire, so I'm going to have to be careful myself when I weld up these bits. Obviously a bit of chopping away to do. You can see how he's had welding before on the bulkhead as well. But as I say, he's my rat cav. I don't pretend that he's anything other than a bit rough around the edges. So yeah, there you go. So that's the screwdriver. I'll just come back out here. Oh, while I'm here actually, I've done a little bit of extra poking on the sill, because I know that this back arch is made of filler, but I'm trying to avoid chopping it all out because I don't want to get into having to do all arch for MOT. I'll do that at a later date, but I found a little hole in the sill there, little hole in the sill there, and a little hole in the sill there. I just prodded and poked the bits that looked a bit crispy, so I found another little 3 holes in the sill. The rest of the sill is absolutely solid, and that end piece is actually solid because I have welded that before in the past underneath, but I didn't come round to that top piece, so that's obviously gone through now, but underneath is already been repaired before. Getting back to the front end, I've wire brushed that back and I've put a load of rust killer on. there is actually a little thin bit there where it started to pin dot through. So what I'm going to do with that is actually just do some little welds in the little pinholes just to fill the pinholes back up. There's that previous repair there, which does look better now. It's been wire brushed off, but as you can see, it's gone back through. There's some filler there as well. It's been filled to hide the welds a little bit. There's that hole there, obviously the bit where the screwdriver is. Let me take that out. As you can see, the bit where the screwdriver is above the previous repair, and there's also a hole below the previous repair, and there's a hole at the side of the previous repair, which makes you think that that previous repair wasn't quite big enough. They should have gone a little bit further, and it probably would have prevented that. Obviously I've got to do that little bit around the hole, and then this other bit, when I've done some more chopping and whatever, has got a little bit worse. And it's actually near to where the bolt is for the engine mount as well, so I'm going to have to use some really nice thick plate, because that's actually double skinned, so I'm going to have to make sure that's nice and strong. I'm going to obviously cut that back and get rid of as much crap as I can. There's another previous repair under here as well, which was partially hidden underneath a combination of dirt and under seal. But it's functional, it does the job. So all I've done is just wire brush it a little bit. I will clean it a little bit better than it is, and I'll get some paint on it to protect it. Rest of it actually all looks nice and solid. Obviously there's that bit down there as well, which I'm going to cut out all that jagged metal and weld it. And I'm just starting to make up a plate for that, and I'm going to do an angled plate on the inside of here, like in an L shape, to go round. And yeah, plenty of work ahead, so I shall see you again in a bit. In fact, what I might do, because this video is going to end up being quite a long video, I might leave it at that and get this video edited, put together, and I'll continue the work in the next video. So if you want to make sure you don't miss the next one once I've done the welding, then please like, browse, subscribe, click notifications, and I'll see you next time. Thanks guys, bye.